And there you go. So what was it you said to me last week about phone chargers?
Yeah, actually, I was thinking it would be fun to talk about that with our guest to get a, you know, an everyday person's uh, view on it, I guess.
You mean I'm not an everyday person?
Well, just I would say, more than most people, we're like more in tune with technology, and you know, so like the main thing is there's a rumor that's almost 100% true, uh, based on everything, that this year's iPhones will not include a wall charger. So it'll, in the box will just be the phone, the the cable, like the lightning cable, um,
Yeah.
and then the paperwork. So no earbuds and no wall brick. And I would say, I think for us two, we probably had, there's tons of wall bricks that have been collected over the years. And so not getting an extra one in the box, like not a huge deal. Um, and like, I don't know about you, but pretty much the only thing that comes out of my new phone or tablet or any kind of tech thing that I buy is the actual product itself. So on my latest phone purchases, I took the phone out of the box, but the charger, the cable, and the earbuds that came with it are still in the box, exactly, where they are, or where they were. And I don't touch them because I have better cables, longer cables, or just something where I don't need the ones that come in the box anymore. And I mean, there's a bunch of like schools of thought on it, right? Like, one is obviously, well, come on, Apple, it's how are you supposed to charge your phone if if you don't give us the wall brick? But again, most people, the iPhone 12 will not be their first phone purchase ever, right? So
Right.
every other phone that you buy before the iPhone 12 has a charging brick. It's not a special one. The Apple one is the slowest of all of them. So having any other phone before that, if it's not an iPhone, you likely have a faster charger anyway.
The iPad charger.
The iPad charger also faster. And if it's not your first iPhone, then you have the exact same charger that they were going to ship anyway. That square or the cube charger that is found literally everywhere.
So to reiterate, it's just the brick, not the cable.
Not the cable, because there's lots of people who maybe have never owned an iOS device, and they're coming from Android and switching over. And so like they need to have that cable there, because otherwise you're only catering to people who have only ever had iPhones before. There you go.
No cable, just the
brick. Just the brick. But there's, like you could walk into, go to any house kind of thing, and there's almost always, people are always looking for cables, but they're rarely looking for something to plug into the wall because it's already plugged in. Or you can use a computer, a laptop, you can use anything. Like, I'm sure that there are microwaves and toasters that have USB plugs like built into them. And so right, like the main thing is like people are going to be like, Apple, you're making us pay, $1,000 for this phone. You're not even going to include a charging brick.
Mm-hmm.
And like I mean, me, I am a rarely on Apple's side when it comes to decisions like this, because it's 100% like it is going to help their bottom line a lot, because they ship a lot of phones, and not including a charging brick, even if it only costs them $1 to make one of those, right? They're, they're shipping in the hundreds of dollar savings to do that.
But I'm not saving that money.
Which it's probably more than that. Apple easily will spin it as a environmental thing, right? They've been doing this for years with making a very big point about how they use 100% recycled aluminum in their MacBooks and phones and stuff like that. It's whatever, it's environmentally conscious, but again, like, they're saving money, and their profit margin is just getting bigger and bigger. Hello.
Hi.
It's all about profit margins.
All about
I'm on
profit.
Safari, so it wasn't working, but it worked when I got in the phone.
Safari.
Sorry.
We were just talking about how much Apple sucks.
Whoa.
Yeah. All right, so you are hearing a brand new voice, or not brand new, but it's been a while, newish voice.
Long time listener, second time caller.
Yeah.
There'll be 2 front row tickets to the Spice Girls in August. Concerts.
Concerts.
So we're just discussing Apple. We're no longer offering charging bricks with new phones.
Oh.
So what do you think? So the next phone you get, if it didn't have just the brick that plugs into the wall, so it'll come with the phone, it'll come with a charging cable, and then it'll just come with all the paperwork that they need to put in there.
Well, I mean, you would have the brick from the 4, I guess, so you could just use that. But I was more put out when they stopped making it that headphones. They don't have a headphone jack anymore on the new iPhones.
Yeah, but they included earbuds that you could still use with it. You just couldn't use it with anything else.
Do they come with it? Or you have to buy them?
Right, like the headphones that come in the new iPhones now, they just plug into the same place that your charger plugs into.
Charge at the same time.
So it's like, yeah, they took away the headphone jack, but they didn't take away your ability to use wired headphones.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas in this case, what some people might say is, well, how am I going to charge my phone? But you're right. People probably have a brick from their old phone, and it doesn't matter if it's an iPhone one, right? Like, there's bricks everywhere.
Yeah, and you can even buy the double prong bricks, so you can put in 2 jacks.
Exactly.
At the dollar store for, I think, $2.
So not really at the dollar store, the $2 store.
It's the dollar
store. Would that make you angry, or would that like deter you from being like, well, I'm not gonna buy this because?
Me, no. I like Apple, actually. My husband has Samsung, and I'm not a fan.
But regardless of phone, just like if every phone maker starting in 2021 just said, look, we're pretty confident that most people have one thing that can plug into the wall that you can plug your phone into to charge.
Mm-hmm.
And to be, Apple's going to be spinning it by saying they're trying to reduce like electronic waste, right? Because how many extra chargers do you, like, a lot of people have that just get tossed into a drawer or thrown out because they got a new one, or just like given away or lost so that they went and bought a new one, but then you found it again and now you have 2 or whatever. But like, isn't that a good thing? Like I was saying to Corey, there's not a lot of things that I defend Apple on. Like I'm not anti-Apple, but there's a lot of decisions they make where I'm like, they could have gone a different way with this. But in this case, I'm like, I think it's a good thing not putting it in, because there's going to be a very, 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 very small percentage of people that their first phone or first technological thing they get is a $1,000 iPhone, and they're not going to have anything to charge it. Like, I think that's not going to happen very often. You know what I mean? And then it's also a, there's some like leaked versions of any stretch, but not having the charging brick in it and the way they're going to lay it out is going to almost bring the box size down to like a half or 2/3 of the box that it is now, which means when they're shipping them from China and everything like that, they'll be able to put more per shipment, which means they'll have to have fewer shipments, which is also going to save on, jet fuel and gas and all that extra stuff. And when they're delivering out iPhones on day one, because like everyone's pre-ordering and they want it on that first day, they can send fewer trucks out, because a truck will be able to hold more iPhones at once because the box is smaller. So like, I'm like, yes, this is going to totally save Apple a ton of money, but it will also be helpful to the environment. And it can be both of those things, and you can be angry that Apple has $1 trillion or whatever, and they're still trying to figure out a way to save money here and there. But they can save that money and be eco-friendly at the same time, and like have everyone be a winner kind of thing. Because I don't think that's the worst thing. And eventually everyone's going to be doing it anyway. So,
and that's our time.
But yeah, I wanted to see.
Has it been an hour yet?
I wanted to see what you, like, Holly, thought of this, because I was saying to Corey,
I'm in favor of anything that's less waste. Like, for anything they do, I mean, I don't think they're necessarily. I agree with you. They're probably not doing it for that reason. They're doing it to save money. But I'm in favor for anything that's less waste. And from what you say, there's a lot of potential for less waste here. So I'm on board with it.
Yeah. And if you absolutely need a charger, there are many better and faster chargers not made by Apple.
Yeah.
And you can still get one of those. It's not going to, it's not going to mean that there's just never going to be any chargers around.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's what we were talking about when you hopped on.
We were talking about. No, the real debate here: popsicles. When you pop those guys open, do you just bite into it right away? Do you lick it? Do you suck it? What is it that you do? I just dive right into it, get it over and done with.
I definitely don't bite it. That would kill my teeth.
Amateur.
I think mine would be it would be dependent on like time and temperature, right? Like if it's really hot outside, I also don't want it.
You're indoors, you get nowhere to be.
Indoors, nowhere to be. I'm probably gonna savor it. I'm not gonna just bite right into it. And if there's no real risk of it like melting all over my hands and stuff like that, I think I would take my time. Not too much time, but I wouldn't just bite right into it. But on the other hand, if it's 40 degrees outside and I'm like out walking or something, I'm probably gonna try and finish that thing quickly.
Who goes for a walk with it's 40 degrees? I go for a leisurely walk.
I'm just gonna go walk to my local popsicle stand though. Grab a popsicle, cool myself down.
We have an ice cream truck that comes into our neighborhood, so you see people walking with popsicles with that.
Nice.
The rich part of town with the Dickie D. Also, great name.
Yeah.
Porn star Dickie D. No, I've always been to just bite into it,
Yeah.
but that's just me.
I'm more of a freezy type of gal myself.
Jumbo.
This
You can't get the regular size.
No.
It's not worth it. Not worth the time or the effort.
You can get the regular size. You're just going to eat like 12 of them.
And just destroy the innards of your lips.
Yeah. I miss Freezies.
They're making a comeback.
Yeah.
So ESPN tweeted, "What's a sports movie you have to watch just because it's on TV?"
Any Given Sunday.
I would ask that, but I would say, what is any movie that you would have to throw on if you saw it on TV?
Oof.
Any Given Sunday, you have to watch it on DVD, otherwise it's all cut out. I'm a very authentic viewer. I have to watch with no edited for time or content.
Oh, well, then that's like nothing on TV.
Yeah, well,
I
if
know
it was on TV, Ghostbusters is my all-time put on.
I know what movie I don't watch because it's on TV every day, I think. What's it called? With Arnold Schwarzenegger, True Lies. I think it might be on every single day.
Such a good movie, though.
Yeah, it's an amazing movie.
Who hasn't seen it 2,000 times?
That's not the point. The point is it's so good you want to see it that 1,001st time.
Would a spy piss his pants? No, a spy would not piss his pants. I can't think of a movie where Bill Paxton, going back to Twister last week, has given like an amazing performance in, save for Twister. Maybe it was just a Jim Cameron connection.
Yeah.
That he was just Terminator, True Lies, Aliens.
I think my not go-to sports movie, but it would be if it was on TV, I would probably watch it every time. Is The Sandlot, and it's just because I don't see it very often. Like as soon as I saw like one of their faces, I'd be like, "Holy shit, I gotta watch this again," because it's one of those movies that I rarely think about watching. But recently, I've been rewatching The Mighty Ducks, and
I was just going to say the kid that plays Luis Mendoza.
Exactly.
That was like his last movie. His last movie was The Sandlot.
And then it's what's made me be like, oh man, that movie was so good. And yeah, I think every time that I've been watching TV and it's been on, as for like just regular movie that's on, probably just like some comedy that I've seen 1,000 times that I can jump right into it, like Superbad or Hangover or Rush Hour. Just
Rush Hour,
a movie that
too.
I can be like, it doesn't matter when I start. Like if it's halfway through the movie, I'm like, yep, I know exactly what's going on. This is fine.
If I were to say sports movie, it'd have to be Caddyshack.
Ooh, yes, good one.
I just saw that for the first time the other day. For the very first time.
Should we just let's just get the first time? What did you think? It
was funny. It was funny. For sure.
It's
so that
is incorrect.
References.
The answer is so good.
It made me get references from other movies. Like,
you mean when other movies reference Caddyshack? Yeah. You're like, oh, now I know why that's funny.
Oh, Cinderella story.
Tears in his eyes, I guess. I think that's one of my favorite sports movie scenes of ever is when
or
Bill Murray
any movie scene.
Yeah, Bill Murray is just going to town on those hydrangeas. It's in the
awful form.
Yeah. Oh man.
And have like the the mindset to like, go quiet when people are walking by.
Yeah.
So he's not, embarrassing himself.
So like, okay, so we've been watching Caddyshack forever, but Holly,
yes,
watching Caddyshack for the first time and like not having watched it for like 20 years of being like, yeah, okay, this movie was made so long ago and whatever, but like what did you think of like the humor and the jokes and like just stuff that was going on like now versus, you know, it came out, when did Caddyshack come out? Like
I think 80s.
82, 3?
Yeah, 81, 82.
Yeah. So, you know,
I mean, I thought it was funny. There are like jokes in it that for sure they wouldn't be considered, I guess, politically correct now.
yeah.
I don't think, like fly today, but other than that, like I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah. Because I always find like having seen a movie and then watching it again, you can kind of be like, oh, it was the time, you know, like watching Friends and Seinfeld and like all those older shows now, you're like, ooh, like you definitely wouldn't be able to make this show right now.
Yeah. We watched on that, we watched I can't think of anything. Sorry, I have pregnancy brain. We watched Man of the House with Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Like 2 days ago, and that's the whole premise to that movie.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, oh my! But I think at the time it was supposed to be very politically correct because they even talk about like, oh, it's the 90s. You have to be politically correct now.
Exactly. Yeah.
It must have been at the time, but I think it's like 91 or 92 and
95.
Yeah. Oh, 95.
You watch it now and you're like, oh god, can you say that?
It's cringeworthy, like the thing is, but just even the whole plot.
Yeah. Oh man, I like old movies. It's just so much better. You can say whatever you want, do whatever you want.
Another one I saw yesterday, because I'm still isolating at home, so I see a lot of TV, is Teen Wolf was on with Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
Yes. No.
Wow.
Very, very true to life. It's all about puberty. You know, when you hit puberty, hit a certain age, and you just turn into a werewolf.
Yeah. Hair where there was no hair before. But yeah, like movies now, like they're so like tame, I guess, right? Because they have to make sure that they don't say something that is, you know, like anything that could have happened in the next or the last couple of years, in the next couple of years, they have to be like, okay, we got to make sure that this isn't going to look bad for us in 5 years. And so they just don't do anything bad. It's just that the movie sucks. Don't worry, no one's going to be watching you in 5 years. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, we just watched Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2 on the weekend.
Yeah.
And like just those movies alone, you can't do now. Or you just can't let Michael Bay direct anymore.
Yeah, well, that's one thing for sure.
Well,
Just
they
like,
made it Bad Boys.
you have the club scene where like people are half naked. And then you have Reggie.
It's terrible, but amazing.
It is amazing. Like I would do it. I would do that scene. I wouldn't. Yeah, I'd be
I
arrested.
could watch that scene 1,000 times in a row and just like not get sick of it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
too good.
And it's so wrong.
It's so
by,
wrong
by today's standards.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, even by yeah.
But again, is
it
it that things were wrong then that are just more in focus now, or just people are just more self-aware? We've talked about that before.
Yeah. It was wrong back then too. It's just I don't know.
Funny.
They played it off as they played it off as humor and it worked.
Extremely well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think
it
was wrong then, but we weren't as aware. Like it's both. It was wrong then, but we are becoming, because we're more aware. Looking back, we can see that. Maybe at the time, I don't know if people saw that it was wrong at the time.
Yeah, we're so like hyper focused on anything wrong at this moment that it's like, you literally can't say anything without someone being like, well, come on, you can't say that, you can't do that. But in 90s or whatever, like I guess they were also just kind of starting to figure out what was wrong or bad or whatever, so they're just like throwing everything at the wall, and some of it stuck, and the ones that didn't, they were like, well, I guess that's not what we shouldn't do it that way. But then eventually everything went to hell, and they were like, all right, we just can't say.
Yeah, I don't want to quote and say it was Greg Daniels, but I think it might have been Greg Daniels that said if The Office were to air its pilot today, it would have been canceled within 5 minutes.
Yeah, that was Greg Daniels. He basically was like, they wouldn't have made it like the first season wouldn't have even finished, and it was only 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And
so good.
Yeah, so when did it start? 2007?
Season 5.
5. So then 2006 was the sexual harassment episode, and like they had to fight and fight and fight and fight to keep the line where Michael Scott says boner.
Yeah, we talked about that.
And it's just like, yeah, absolutely, you wouldn't be able to do that today. No amount of fight was going to let that line stay in the show if they were going to do it now.
Well, it's even like he said he never refers to somebody as being retarded. He just says retarded.
Yeah.
But you can't even say
it's such a good line though. Like it's so good.
I think Corey froze.
No, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does that from time to time. It's just a little party trick. just to make sure you're still.
You ever do that when you're talking to someone? Stop moving, and they think you froze.
He just waits until someone says something, and then it's like, just kidding.
I think the real life equivalent of that is someone who has to sneeze. Just
no,
I don't have to.
Never mind.
So, that Naya Rivera disappearance over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
There's this appearance, and not to get used retarded, but there's been Twitter backlash over Leah Michelle not commenting on it,
which is insane.
Yeah, like why? And then now there's a backlash over people getting mad about her not commenting on it. So the backlash about the backlash. Yeah. I think we are at like
just nonstop
peak cancel culture movements now. I feel so you get mad if someone doesn't comment on your cause or something going on, but then you get mad because someone got mad. Karens are out in full force. It seems
true.
So I'll ask Holly, as a white woman in the world today, how do you feel this Karen outrage that's been going on?
Karen outrage.
Yeah, these white women who get mad over everything. They call them Karens.
Oh, I've never even heard that term.
What?
I don't know.
Everywhere.
I guess it's not limited to women now. I think they just call anyone who's white and gets mad about something in public.
There's a male equivalent. I forget. I don't know if it's like Ken or it's another name that starts with K, but it's just
Carl.
Yeah, Carlson.
You can damn it, Carl.
What's up?
But yeah, yeah, that outrages.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I mean, some people obviously take it a little too far. Like I know with Leah Michelle, or is it Leah Michelle? She had to deactivate her Twitter account because she's on Glee because people were saying like it should have been you that drowned and stuff like that. Like, so obviously
that's
easy now.
I would totally. Some people are, and she's like pregnant, and so like on top of everything else, like that would be very stressful for her. Like I thought that was terrible.
But it's all like saying something like that. Like it's not a death threat per se, but I mean like that's like wishing death on someone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether you're going to do it or whether you hope it happens to them or hoped that it happened instead of someone else. Like that's like, I don't know how much worse you can, how much worse of a person you could be to to wish that anybody
Mhm.
was dead, even if it meant someone else like got to be alive or whatever. Like it's such a ridiculous thought to like come up in your head.
Yeah, like it's such crazy. Like I'm beyond bullying. I don't even know that bullying covers that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know. It was like, so stuff like that is crazy. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know. And especially like, I'm assuming these people on Twitter don't even know her.
Of course.
So like, it's just so
It's
bizarre.
just the like armchair activists that are like, well, I can write whatever I want on here because
Keyboard warriors, man.
what are they gonna do? Like,
Ironic because she has been getting so much backlash because they said she was a bully on Glee.
yeah,
So now,
that's
like,
true.
the response is to bully her. I don't get that logic.
Fight fire with fire.
I guess.
That's the way to do it. Want to put this fire out? Just throw some more fire on there.
Yeah, that's right.
I thought this was hilarious. So Disney's reopened now in Florida, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't shake your head.
So silly.
It was gonna happen.
It's such a bad idea.
Well, my thing is that if you don't like it, don't go. Which
Well, that's
why would
true.
you? Because you don't live there. But so what's the big thing about music parks is the rides, right? And what does everyone like to get at a ride is a picture of yourself on a ride. So Disney says you're not going to get a picture of yourself on a ride unless you have a face mask on. So do you even want the picture? Because you're not going to see yourself.
Well, I mean, you'll see yourself. It's just
The whole point is you're like screaming your head off looking like an idiot.
Well,
But now you're just going to be covered. All you're going to see is your eyes all wide.
did you see
Don't
the
they?
quote from, I think it was Disney World Japan?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to hoot and holler on the ride. You just, scream on the inside.
No, it was scream inside your heart.
Yeah.
Is what they said. which is just like,
can all
what
do
the
that
hell does that even mean? First of all, but also like, should that not be the slogan for 2020?
Oh yeah, it is.
Scream inside your heart.
Or we take that, and that's the slogan for this podcast.
Yeah.
But I just think let's get over it.
insane.
Put your face mask on so you get a picture of your non-face.
Wait, but I don't understand. Okay, so let's say the three of us are on a ride, and it's
Hold on. Okay, picture.
or let's say there's four of us, and we're all in a row, and I don't have a mask on, but everyone else does.
Yep.
Right. So the picture comes, the row picture. So I'm specifically not allowed to purchase that picture, but you guys are because you guys wore masks. Or have I ruined it for everyone in that row? Because now that one person isn't wearing a mask, nobody in the row is, allowed to get it. Because they're taking the picture regardless.
Maybe they would blur you out or something.
Yeah, they have a policy in place that suppressing photos if someone is doing something unsafe on the ride. So if
right,
they're half hanging out. So I guess this is considered unsafe. So they would just
right. So
prevent you
then
from having it.
none of you guys would get.
Or they'll just superimpose Mickey on there, and there you go.
That's fair.
Like I'd do it.
But is Mickey wearing a mask at that point?
I would like to go at an amusement park.
The actor
ride.
is. It's like Inception. You went to Disney a long time ago, did you not, Holly?
Yes, I did.
You did all those rides, did you not?
Yeah, I did. It was really fun. I liked it. I think I was 18, so I'm 31 now.
Oh, so perfect age for Disney.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was fun. We enjoyed ourselves. The rides are very fun. The lineups are very, very long.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Actually, maybe now is the perfect time to go. What's a little COVID to get no lineups at Disney World?
It's like they planned it all along.
That's right.
I'm sure being down in the Florida heat, being pregnant would be awesome.
Oh, being in the Ottawa heat is awesome. My God. Is everybody this hot this summer or is it just me?
Well, Michelle's Indian, so I don't think he sweats it too much.
Doesn't affect me at all.
I don't know. Even when I'm in the air conditioning, I'm thinking like, is everybody this hot? Or it's me? Like,
So how has that been going in a pandemic with, it's like, what, 18th century doctors here? You don't see anything? You don't know what's going on?
mm-hmm. Yeah, so I found out I was pregnant in February and we locked down in March. So I was actually telling someone I think I was able to tell 2 people in person that we were having a baby because we were locked down, we couldn't see anybody. So that was kind of interesting. And then we had like the phone appointments, so you didn't get any like you couldn't hear the heartbeat or that kind of stuff. Now it's better. Now I go in for my appointments and everything's the same as it was. It was just early on. It was a little bit different, but
I guess it's better to, not have the early on stuff, but, be able to go in now and get, whatever ultrasounds and everything now, rather than it being the other way around where, like, I know a bunch of people that have recently had children, like, during all this lockdown stuff. And it's like, you're afraid to go to the hospital to deliver because who knows what you're going to catch while you're there. And now you're bringing a baby like right into that. So I guess it's still like, I don't know. Everyone seems to have come out with a healthy baby, healthy parents, like everything's good. But the risk was so high at that point.
Yeah, like it was scary, and it is scary just because they're still saying they don't know anything because they've never experienced this before. So they see, every appointment you ask, like, have you heard anything new? And they just keep saying, they literally said that, like, you guys are kind of the guinea pigs.
Oh.
So if something, if COVID does something to all these pregnancies, then we'll know, okay, it does something, right?
Yeah.
So basically the biggest thing is that you have to just, like, they really encourage you to stay home as much as you can. But I mean, I'm lucky I can stay home. There's lots of nurses who are pregnant who can't. So I can't imagine how it would have been for them.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Nurses, like big groups of them in hospitals, they all get pregnant at the same time. Like a coven.
Well, they said there's going to be a baby
like a coven.
Just a bunch of nurses all grouping together.
Just hanging out, having a time.
Pregnancy is contagious. Haven't you heard?
That explains my gut.
But they say there's going to be a baby boom now. There's going to be a baby boom and there's going to be a spike in divorces.
Well, what else are you going to do? You win through Netflix?
Get divorced, apparently. That's the other option.
Yeah. That's not a fun time to be a celebrity. Good time to be a celebrity lawyer.
Divorce lawyer, yeah.
Because this is like the longest most celebrity couples have been together forever. Because the ones splitting up are what, 10, 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
It's not the new ones.
No. Not the new ones. So we're all in lockdown, but America's sweetheart Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are traveling. Does that piss anybody off?
Like a little, but also
it's Tom Hanks.
It's Tom Hanks, man.
He can do what he wants.
Exactly. He already got it. He's safe, right? That's what everyone seems to want to think, or everyone seems to want to believe, is that once you get it, you're immune.
Oh, not according to the news I heard today.
Well, no, I don't think that's actual truth, but there's a lot of people that believe non-truth, so...
Wait, the Earth is not round?
No. You are wrong.
Yeah, he's 64 and went to Greece for his birthday. People can't even go to the Maritimes right now.
From the States? I thought like most countries weren't letting people from the States.
I think celebrities can do whatever they want.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah, I know, like Jenner Kardashian people are all around. They go wherever they want.
Oh, he's got a loophole. Would you like to know what it is? He's honorary naturalization order in December, so he's considered a citizen.
Oh,
Fucking celebrities, man.
Fucking celebrities.
Although it's Tom Hanks, he can do what he wants.
Yeah.
I don't have to
Name
stop
two.
regular people.
Name a bad Tom Hanks movie, or a movie that he was bad in.
Oh yeah.
The Terminal.
No, I'll watch it. I've seen.
I think that was just boring more than bad. Like, not boring,
Still-
but yeah, like
He's
it's
still good in
not
it.
bad. Yeah. Yeah, I would say Tom Hanks is it's pretty much like everything he touches is maybe not gold right away, but it's definitely not crap. Like there's no crap in there.
Larry Crown.
Actually, there's a cringe-worthy moment, and it's a wonderful movie, but in A League of Their Own, there's a moment, there's like, I don't know if he's overacting in it or something, but I was watching it the other day, and it was kind of like, I was like, that was bad acting in that. So,
But one scene.
Yeah, one scene.
What's the scene?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
where, like, you have to be pretty familiar with the movie, but where he wants to pull Kit out of the game because she's not throwing good pitches.
Yeah.
And he kind of comes in and he makes this like expression, like, I don't know if it's a weird camera angle, but he's like, getting pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm gonna have to look that up. I'm gonna have to match it with Holly's expression. Just have it side by side and be like, yep, spot on.
I don't know why that came to my head the other day. Ironically that we're talking about this now. I thought,
oh, I could talk for hours about Tom Hanks. You know what the embarrassing thing is? 8th grade, my dad took me on a trip to Cooperstown to the Baseball Hall of Fame. And then to go see a ball game in Boston, and they had a display or a section of the Hall of Fame dedicated to like the women's baseball league during that time, and a lot of the stuff there was from the movie. The embarrassing part is I knew more about that exhibit than the entire Hall of Fame.
Oh, really?
Just growing up watching that movie.
There's a lot from the movie in there?
Yeah. And I also went to the field where they actually shot most of that movie on.
Oh.
Nice.
Fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
Well, I had fun. And it's fact-worthy.
That's all that really matters.
It is a good movie, though. I do like it.
Oh, yeah. It's and it holds up because it's a period piece.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what doesn't hold up? You want me to venture a guess?
Care to venture a guess?
That's right.
Sorry.
That's one. Twister does not hold up.
Ugh.
I like.
Did you watch it
Again?
Yeah.
No.
After. Oh, okay. I was gonna say like because we talked about it last week. We talked about it last week, and then you decided to watch it after what we said. It just seems
no. I did catch the tail end of Mission Impossible 3 yesterday.
Nice.
The few series that actually does well as it continues.
That's right.
It's better and better.
That and John Wick.
Yeah, we've talked about John Wick.
Yeah,
most outlandish premise. You just have to check your brain at the door and go with it.
And it works.
Speaking of John Wick, we were just watching The Informant, and that's by the same producer as John Wick, and it's pretty good.
I haven't seen that one, but I've heard.
It's on Netflix. It's worth watching.
I'll have to check it out. Add it onto my list of 1,000 movies.
Watch Bad Boys again, and then when they have that chase scene where Will's running, he's doing 100% the Tom Cruise school of running.
Yeah,
his hands are straight.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, yeah. And Tom Hanks does that. Tom Cruise. Tom Hanks doesn't run.
Tom Cruise definitely does not run. He hangs out on a beach with a volleyball.
Tom Cruise says he runs like that because if your hands are closed, the camera won't pick up your fists. So if you run like this, it'll notice your hands while you're running. That's why he runs that way in movies.
Wait, what? It won't pick up what?
because of the motion, and you're like this, it's not, the camera will blur, it won't pick up your hands. If you're like this and you run,
It actually
through the
sees it.
motion, it'll look more like a fist,
Yeah.
but it'll pick it up. That's why he runs that way.
Interesting.
Or
Fun
he's
fact.
a robot.
Possibly.
Could be. No.
Error. So everyone was shocked about Kelly Preston over the weekend.
Yes. That's
Way to keep
crazy.
that a secret. I didn't know she was 57. I thought she was a lot older than that. Not because she looked old. Just
I was gonna say
she's
that's
been around forever.
Are you allowed to say that? Like we're just talked about things you can't say.
I assumed older, not so much.
Had a long career. I think that's why you probably thought she might be older. She's been in stuff dating pretty far back.
Jerry Maguire is the only thing aside from Jack Frost and Twins.
That's what I was gonna say, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah. But she's been in
Twins. I didn't watch long.
Pardon?
Yeah, she was in For the Love of the Game. I never saw that Kevin Costner 800th baseball movie. We know you do a movie and like I don't be typecast, so then he does another one right after it. That's the same genre of film.
Like at least wait a movie or two in between, you know?
Because that was
But-
right after Bull Durham. He did Field of Dreams. Also, I'd throw that on if that's on TV.
Field of Dreams, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Anytime
Holly's a
I need
girl, so she
anytime I need a good cry.
Doesn't care about Field of Dreams.
anything with Kevin Costner and I'm on board.
Waterworld.
I probably would watch. I haven't seen The Bodyguard like 6,000 times, I'm sure.
The best thing about Waterworld is how like dirt is like coveted in that world. You got some dirt? Oh, our producer says I've also seen Cat in the Hat.
Oh yes.
I call after the producer.
Cat in the Hat.
Fuck, that's a terrible movie.
Oh, she was in From Dusk Till Dawn also, but
Not that one.
A minor role. She was a newscaster, so.
Oh shit, you're right. At the very beginning, she's got like one scene. She fucking chooses scene. I'm back.
She was apparently also in an episode of Joey.
Really?
Yeah.
Joey. Okay.
She dated Charlie Sheen in real life, and apparently he accidentally shot her in the arm.
What?
That just means he loved her.
That's how you know.
Speaking of things,
Because it was the arm.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a little warning shot, you know?
Yeah, lots of old TV shows. Hawaii Five-O, Quincy, Chips. And their claim to fame, Battlefield Earth.
Yeah.
That's sad. And like, and I don't know if it's because they're Scientologists, but to keep that secret for 2 years, that's surprising in this day and age.
Absolutely. Like everyone knows everything about everything when it happens.
Mm-hmm. I was reading that they're very private, like about everything. So you know how their son died a few years ago? Like they were very private about that as well. Like they try to keep stuff out of the spotlight, I guess. So
It's like,
must do a good job at it.
Yeah. That was,
So anyone got issues with the Redskins name officially being dropped as of today?
none
have-
whatsoever.
No, I think it's about time.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. It's only been always an issue.
Yeah.
How do you think this is going to play out for, the Indians, The Warriors,
The
the
Chiefs.
Braves, the Chiefs. Is it like,
One down?
is it the first domino to fall, or is it just this happens and then we, people are appeased, so everyone else is like, yeah, all right, we'll let Cleveland already said they were going to look into the Indian stuff, right? But no one else has come out and said anything about even like considering it or looking into things or possibly whatever.
I
Here's
would
what you do if you're Kansas City. It's not Indian Chiefs. It's police chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, I can't do that either.
No, it's hey
That's
chief,
two.
hey chief, let's play. Why not? Oh no,
No,
that's
can't do that
racist
either.
too. Damn it. I don't know. That's
Yeah.
gonna be a tough one.
It probably the other teams eventually will follow. This one was just such a like. I mean, if you actually look up the meaning for that, like that name, it's such a terrible thing.
Yeah,
Like, not
such
to
a brutal.
maybe like a bit like they're outdated for sure, but this one in particular is just such a horrendous name for a team.
And I think a lot of it also has to do with the owner having such a I'm definitely not doing this. And he's been saying that. What's his name? Dan
Snyder.
He's been saying this for 10,
Ever.
15 years. Like every time it got brought up, he was like, absolutely not. There is no way I'll be doing this. And it just makes it look worse. Whereas, because I think didn't the Cleveland Indians change their mascot a while ago?
They did. Chief Wahoo's gone.
Yeah, Chief Wahoo. At least they made even that small of a step was at least
Also, that was a big pressure campaign on that too.
Yeah,
it was it was gradual phase out. It wasn't just dropped.
It wasn't just, yeah, exactly. It wasn't just 1 year he's there, the next year he's not. But I mean, at least it's a step, and it's at least something that they did. Whereas Dan Snyder's I'm not even going to consider looking into this until now, 30, 40, 50 years later.
Yeah, all it took was him to lose money on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Mm-hmm. And then everyone's like, yeah, but you're going to get so much money because now everyone's going to need to buy new jerseys, buy new hats, buy new whatever, memorabilia. So they can cash in that way.
I wonder.
Yeah, he lost a lot of sponsors, right? That was the main thing.
I wonder
FedEx is the first one I said it, yeah.
If they'll do some of the, when it's named Aaron Hernandez, the football player who went to jail. If you had a jersey of his and you brought it in, they would give you a different jersey. I wonder if they'll do any of that, exchanging, so that everything doesn't have to be bought new. I don't think you want everybody walking around with the old logo, so maybe they'll do some exchanges like that. I don't know.
It's stuff like that would give them a lot of good PR if they decide to actually do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, because people will still be buying new jerseys and that kind of stuff. But if they do a little bit of that, I think that would definitely be some good PR.
And it would also drive those exchanges, because if you're well, you already have this jersey, but you need to shell it for another one, it might take a really long time for all of the old jerseys to not show up at a game.
Yeah,
but if they do that exchange, then it's all right, maybe there's going to be the people that are I'm going to hold on to this jersey because whatever, maybe it has a signature on it that they want to keep, and there's just going to be assholes that are going to be I'm fighting the name change, so I'm going to wear this jersey all the time and whatever. But if you do a trade-in program, you can at least expedite most of the change.
Well, because who doesn't want brand new stuff?
I want brand new stuff.
I want brand new stuff. I'll take some brand new stuff.
Exactly. You bring in your old jersey, get a brand new one with an up-to-date player's name, probably, because if you get a player, usually it's out of date and not too long.
Yeah, it'd be a good idea. I think that would be. they'd have to like. It's all going to depend on the money of it, right? How much it's going to cost for them to bring it in, how much they'll discount newer jerseys.
Mhm.
Or you can drop $154,000 on old SNES
There you go.
Super Mario Brothers cartridge,
Should not ever
unopened.
play it.
Unopened. How does that sit around for 30 plus years?
And like,
And then who buys it?
yeah, who buys it? Well, collectors. But it's just like it's that scene from 40-Year-Old Virgin where he's like, "Do you know how hard it is for like a 5-year-old not to open a toy when they get it to be like, this is going to be worth something someday." And like, imagine doing that with the first game, like the first super mass played game ever, and being like, Super Mario 1, probably just gonna
I'll wait
lock
to the
this-
second.
What's that?
I'll wait till there's a second.
Yeah,
one.
I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait till everyone gets this out of their system. But like, to hold on to that, lock it up, and just never play it. It's insane. And then to come out, what was it? 160,000?
154,000.
154,000 on top, just to be like. And then at that point, like,
It's got a 9.4 grade on the.
but why
the
wouldn't you just
collector's
hold
grade.
on to it for a bit longer and get 180,000? You've already held on to it for 30 years.
Well, I guess that tells us what our hours of playing Super Nintendo were worth. $4,000.
Yeah, if we just never opened it.
And that's in Canadian, by the way. Actually, it was 114 US.
Did you see the tweet that Lego threw out earlier today?
The NES
The NES,
Lego
yeah.
kit. Was it like $500 or something
I
like
hate
that?
that.
Stupid.
Absolutely hate that I want it. Just
Oh, comes with the TV.
yeah. Okay. It is
I didn't say real one.
250 US, so around 350 Canadian. I like just legit.
Shut up. Take your money.
But I don't know. I need this.
A sealed copy of Mike Tyson's Punch Out sold for $68,400.
Punch Out? Why would that get so much money? Just because it's sealed?
Mario Brothers 3, $52,100.
Only? Is that
Okay.
the best? Well,
What
is
did
it the
Super
best?
Mario
52 grand, man.
Yeah, but a third of Super Mario 1. I guess Mario 1
It's the third one.
the original.
You just
the
did the math
OG.
yourself.
That's crazy town.
If I was to guess, I'd say Super Mario 2 would go for the least amount of money.
Yeah, you'd have to pay people to play that one.
I really dropped the ball.
Yeah, pulling radishes out of the ground,
Yeah. Oh my god.
side scrolling and all that shit.
Like, I'd rather play the Game Boy version.
Have you ever seen the show Letterkenny?
No,
Dummy.
I've heard, yeah, like I've heard it's
I've heard
good.
things.
I definitely don't think it's my kind of humor, but I've heard good things.
It's funny. It's a Canadian show, but in it, they're talking about Nintendo, and one guy brings up Super Mario 2, and he's like, what kind of sick person like Super Mario 2?
Yeah, it's true. If anyone ranks the first three Super Marios anything other than 3, 1, 2, you're crazy.
You probably would even have 2 be the third. You'd like sub in like that other Mario Bros, like where they battle each other.
Oh yeah, like the original one.
Yeah.
With like the pipes and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you
That
do
one.
Mario 1 again, then you'd have number 2.
Then the Super Mario Brothers movie, then Super Mario 2.
I watched that
Is
not
over,
too long ago.
Super Mario.
I told you Father's Day Parker wanted to watch it. So I
The Super
just
Mario?
rewatched Super Mario Brothers. The only question I got was, why does Luigi not have a mustache? I didn't want to say, well, gather around, kids. Let me explain. He's also not Italian.
Yeah.
He's Latino, and they're not related. This guy's also a Brit. And Dennis Hopper is not Bowser. All at the same time, why would they go King Koopa?
Yeah, who
Like
there's
nobody
just so
knows
many-
that was Bowser's name, and it was Princess Daisy, not Peach.
idiots.
Yeah, and like that's the main gripe I have with it. No, everything about it sucks, but
Yeah.
it's just like, come on,
If you have
it's
to pick
easy
one
stuff
thing,
here. Let's go casting.
yeah.
Then we'll go story. I've never seen that in theater. Oh yeah, we were talking about this the other day, Ash and I. Does anyone remember the first movie they saw in the theaters? I actually had to do research to figure it out.
One of the first movies I saw was Pocahontas in the theater. And I saw it twice. And apparently, according to my aunt, I sang the song so loud that people clapped at the end.
That's a polite way of
Colors of the
saying
Wind.
that's a polite way of saying they threw stuff at her to shut her up.
I think it's probably 5 or 6.
I'm trying to think. I am not sure. Hold on.
I had to think back of the earliest movies I can remember seeing in the theater, then look up the year it came out, and then cross-reference that with my age to figure it out. Batman Returns. It's so fitting, given me.
My potential one could have been Aladdin.
I also saw that in the theaters the same year.
Because I came to Canada in '89, and wasn't really into English like movies or anything for a couple of years, and Aladdin was 92, 91.
91, yeah, same year as Batman Returns.
Yeah, and so that was probably the one, because I know I saw that movie 1,000 times. And so I would say if it was around that time that I went to see a movie, it was probably Aladdin, and I would have been like
It's a fall release, November.
8 or 9. So yeah, I'd say that for me it was either Aladdin or when was Lion King? Before that? No, after that.
After.
Yeah, so then it was probably one of those two, and it was likely Aladdin.
I think it was 93, I think.
Yeah, something like that. 90.
It's a good year for movies. It was Batman Returns, Aladdin, Home Alone 2, and Muppet Christmas Carol.
Can't really go wrong.
I love Home Alone too.
No love for Muppet Christmas Carol. You know what? Y'all suck.
I love when he gets electrocuted at the sink in Home Alone 2.
Oh, yeah.
And you can just see skeleton because that wouldn't kill you 200 times.
We talked about that a couple episodes ago too. Just like,
Yeah, because my fucking hair was all
like
out
how
Daniel
psychotic
Stern style.
do you of a person do you have to be to do all of this and just not call the cops right away?
And to think of it.
And to think, exactly.
Yeah, not just to do it, but to have him like roll out his papers, set up his traps, and like, you know what?
I'm gonna put some
100
nails
volts
here.
Yeah. I'm gonna saw this ladder in half. Hook up a car battery to the sink faucet.
I think that came out the same year as like the Griswolds, the Family Christmas, National Lampoon's Family Christmas. What's it called?
Yeah,
Justification.
Yeah, it came out the same year. And I saw a show that said the directors of those two movies switched.
Yeah,
Christmas Vacation.
Because Chris
89.
Columbus was going to direct Christmas Vacation, but then he got fired after meeting with Chevy Chase.
Yeah, you couldn't get it, so they switched directors, which I thought was really interesting. And I like both those movies.
John Hughes wrote them both.
There you go.
Give it up for John Hughes, responsible for like so many amazing movies.
I guess that's a movie that wouldn't be made today because child services would be called if you left your 7-year-old home alone.
Yeah.
See you, Summer. We're going away for the weekend. You can hold the fort.
You can hold the fort. Don't worry, we left you lots of cardboard cutouts and a train set.
And the police You want us to go there and check on him? Like, as if that's such an outrageous thing to ask.
Oh, like, or even when the dad realizes he left the garage open, he's like, "Ah, fuck it. They steal the cars. They steal the cars. Whatever.
It's fine."
And then to do it a second year in a row, you really need
you don't deserve to have this kid. John Hughes.
Or even Ferris Bueller, cell phones that just negates the whole day.
Yeah.
Well, that's the case.
It's social media, right? Just take a picture of this kid over here and you're all done.
But Ferris Bueller, like, it's so outrageous that a principal would be so set out to ruin a teenager's life. Like, I'm going to get you.
But that
Clearly you didn't go to public school.
Yeah, that seems to be the thing in most movies, that like movies and TV shows that came out around that time, like, you know, Back to the Future, the principal's always just railing on the whole family. I guess not like Saved by the Bell. He was always there trying to like help out, but
Always
he was
just
just very
Strickland back
involved.
in 55 and 85 still had no hair.
Yeah.
God, like I ever have hair?
This guy. Yeah. You got Don DeLinger always riding Homer's sass.
Also no hair.
Yeah, also no hair.
And the
Bell
irony
game.
of Edward Rooney is that he was arrested for child pornography.
Really?
Fun fact.
Oh. It's a downer.
Yeah. Good end to the episode.
Just saying.
That's fun.
You commented how he's always trying to ruin some kid's day. Well, he did.
Aw.
And his own, because he's in jail. That's how we do things right here.
I think the dad from Home Alone was arrested too, but I don't know if it's for like assault or something. I don't know. I can't remember his for, but I think I remember hearing something about him being arrested for something.
Giving Tom Hanks a bad time in Big.
Everyone should get arrested for that.
Racquetball. It's a good scene. Does anyone act more like a kid? It's Tom Hanks.
Yeah, he was so good at that movie.
All right. I think that's it. Well, thanks for coming on, Holly.
You're welcome.
Sorry
Sorry,
to end-
I'll blame it on Apple.
Yeah, take that, Apple.
Steve Jobs is
Eat it.
eat that apple.
Yeah.
Well, you know when you like
Macintosh.
something won't work and right away you're to panic, so you don't even read the thing that says like open with Chrome. It's not working. Click this link.
Right. That's it.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Safe drive home. Oh, wait.
All right.
We're not leaving our houses. All right, so that's Open Caller for this week. Follow us socially, Open Caller Pod on all